to VCP is back, baby.
Woo! Yeah, baby.
Yay!
Can you believe it? Can you believe
the
it?
strike
Anita?
is over. I got my actual strike shirt on. You can't really see it, but I got it on. Victoriously Crazy Podcast is back.
Yes,
Yay!
Yay!
Oh my God. I am so happy that the strike is over.
Mm-hmm.
We actually went down to the picket line.
Yeah, on Sony.
Percy and I.
Yeah,
and
Sony,
it's a long haul. 118 days. That's a long time to not know how things are going to work out. So shout out to Fran Drescher, our president and the negotiator.
Awesome.
I wish I knew his name. I'd shout him out too, but
I can't
striking
remember.
is serious business. It worked out. AI was a big issue. We found out actors' images and voice was being taken without permission and being used to create content, which is not fair.
Yeah.
And then all the streaming, people weren't getting paid for that, ourselves included.
Yeah, man, it stopped a lot of the streaming money. I mean, it stopped a lot of the residual money I was getting.
Yes, it did.
Yeah.
So all that's been worked out. It's been taken care of. We stuck with our plan and everything worked out. And now I have permission to get back to this podcast. So I have Bennett here. I have Percy here.
That's right.
I'm here. And you're here, hopefully.
Mm-hmm.
I hope you come back to me.
Yeah, they coming.
Don't leave me like an ex-girlfriend.
They love
We
you.
got a lot of
man.
messages from people saying, when's the podcast come back? It feels good to get that.
I got one DM where they said my Wednesdays aren't the same, because we would drop it on Wednesday, and then every other Friday we do the Grand Fan Friday. I mean, that's kind of on your end, Bennett. So you want to just give like a little quick update about the scheduling? It's remaining the same, right?
Yeah, still the same every Wednesday. We still have Grand Fan Fridays. We'll start it this Friday. So you've got today, Wednesday the 15th. We'll do another one this Friday the 17th. And thanks to our Grand Fans that have been waiting, because these first two, they've been waiting to be released for months. The strike hit right as that was being recorded. So we got some really fun episodes coming up for you. If it's okay, I did want to give a shout out. I know that we talked about the strike already, but a couple of our guests from the past or strike captains, meaning they were out there on the picket lines every day leading groups of people in the protests. So Darsan Solomon, who played Burf on Victorious, he was a strike captain. And then Jillian Clare, who played Haley Ferguson, one of the mean girls at Karaoke Dokie. And of course, to every one of the actors and writers, everyone in this industry who's been fighting for what's so important in this time and what's really has the potential to change this business, and the fact that it was so important to get up every day and fight the good fight. That's why we had to stop, because it's important to stand in solidarity with everyone. You both are actors. I'm an aspiring writer, producer. We still stand in solidarity even though the strike is over.
That's right.
You gotta stay there.
Yeah. We're even closer because we all went through the same tough situation. So that brought us much closer.
Yeah.
Well, that's great. I feel good. This is going to be Ask Andre's Grandma. Right, Bennett?
Yeah, again, right before the strike, we asked you all on social media to send in some questions that you had for Andre's grandma, Marilyn, whether it's wanting to get you in character to answer some questions or just to ask you, Marilyn, about playing Andre's grandma. We've got a lot of fans that have been waiting anxiously for several months now, and so now in anticipation, it's literally like the cliffhanger of a season finale, just wanting to know what the answers are. Today you're going to give it to them.
And I will be truthful. I will answer. Well, first, I wrote something up that I think I should share. Today's guest will blow your mind.
Ooh.
Me!
Oh!
I'm the guest.
Yeah, that's right.
I had to say that. If I don't toot my own horn, who will?
No one.
He said that like split
I know. I should have
second,
said
man.
it. I would, baby. I would toot your
I'm
horn.
feeling the heat.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Okay, first question.
All right, Catherine. This is from Catherine. What class would you teach at Hollywood Arts?
Wow. I probably would teach a class on how to handle nunchucks. Because
Okay.
Andre's grandma is nervous.
You do got some too. I'll have
Yes,
to
we
watch
do.
you,
So,
man.
yeah. back of the head.
While
Back
you
of
sleep,
the
right?
head.
Pow!
And she probably could twirl, under the arm, between the legs. She probably could do that with no problem because she's quick. And she probably could do it while she's running and jumping and
Dang.
leaping because she is a fan of karate movies.
Wow.
So, yeah, if they would allow it, I would teach a
In
class on
2023, I don't know.
you never know.
You're
They
multi-talented.
may find out about my little short psychiatric stay. But if they don't know about that, they would let Andre's grandma teach a class.
Yeah, and it was a
no
short
joke.
stay.
It was very short, just 6 months.
Short but needed.
Okay.
Okay, the next question is from Sophia. What's your favorite memory from the set of Victorious?
So many memories. Wow. If I had to pick one specific memory as a favorite, I would pick the episode Tori fixes Beck and Jade when I was yelling with Trina about who was the loudest. Before we filmed that, I was walking around and I got to know some of the kids that were there. It was a whole lot of kids there.
Like the
Remember?
extras.
Yeah, it was.
The extras. And when I walked out to kind of get the feel of where my marks were and stuff, they all rushed me. One of them even grabbed me
Aw.
and lifted me off my feet.
Wait a
And
minute, what?
everybody was horrified and I was laughing. I thought it was funny.
Yeah,
that they
isn't
would
that
react
cool?
to a little old black lady like me. It was
That's
crazy.
the exuberance of a
Yeah.
child, man.
And when they saw me click into Andre's grandma, you could see that they was like, wow, she's a good actress because she's not really crazy at all. She's very friendly, very open. And I think that was one of my favorite memories is being around all the young people and yelling at Trina in her face. And I did that so much that I actually got hoarse, but I'm jumping ahead. I may be answering a question.
Yeah, I think you're jumping ahead when you said she really is not crazy. You think
Yeah,
they
I
thought
saw that hot eye you gave
I'm
me.
looking at you like, okay, all right.
You know I'm not.
Okay, she's not. She really isn't, folks. She really is not. Okay, next question is Forte. Is that Forte?
Forte? I'm pretty sure that's Forte.
Okay. I didn't want to say Fort because it sounded like something else.
Well, Forte.
Forte.
That
This question
sounds
is-
better.
If we could have explored your character more, what would you like to see?
Wow. If you could have explored Andre's grandma's character more, I would have liked to see her cook a Thanksgiving turkey. She probably would have a fight with the turkey because that's how she is. She doesn't trust anybody, so she probably would beat the turkey up first just to make sure that it wouldn't try to attack her. And she probably would put the turkey in the broiler part of the oven. She'd kick it in there
Oh, Lord.
because
no.
she's crazy and she probably wouldn't cook it right.
In the broiler?
In the broiler. Then she would probably yank it out by its two little turkey drumstick legs and wave it around over her head and slam it down in the sink and say, I'm going to get some Taco Bell.
I can see that because after you put it in the broiler, that turkey is burnt.
That's right.
Oh, man, come on, really? And you say you beat the turkey up. That sounds like tenderizing to me. So
That's why she did it.
Okay. All right. This next question is from Mercedes. Would you be a part of a reboot or another season?
I get asked that question a lot. Would I be a part of a reboot or another season?
Yeah.
No.
What?
Oh, no, I'm kidding.
Oh, man.
Of course I would.
I was scared for a second.
Why wouldn't I? That's asking me, would I like another paycheck? Of course I would like another paycheck.
Okay.
I like a paycheck with a lot of zeros. If anybody's out there listening, I do the reboot.
Yes, you
I
would.
do the again boot.
Yeah.
I do the leather boot, the
Yeah.
suede boot,
Yeah.
whatever. I am available as of now. Don't wait, because I'm very popular.
Okay. I'm very popular. I love your confidence.
Well,
All right. I like this one. This is from Gemini Alert.
Gemini alert.
Gemini Alert. What was the best part of filming Victorious?
The best part of filming Victorious is I got to explore my acting skills as far as playing a person that's crazy.
Yeah. Oh, geez.
Was there really much acting?
Oh, man.
Of course it was. I had to dig deep all the way to my toenails to figure out how to be a crazy person. I put my mind back to the last time I was at the express lane of the supermarket and someone in front of me had 50 items. I pulled it out, and there was the crazy.
Yeah, 50 items in the 10 item or less line.
You just knock all their other items down.
I got places to go.
And then you get on the mic and says, clean up aisle 6.
You know, that character is so powerful. And I'm just going to go off and tell you a funny story.
Okay.
Remember when Freddie said, I don't want to go to work today? We was in the front of the building. He was headed to his car and he said, Marilyn, I don't want to go to work today. Can you scream in my face as Andre's grandma, go to work? I said, sure. And I screamed, gotta work.
Wait, who did
And
this?
he started laughing. Our neighbor,
Oh,
Freddie.
oh, yeah, you told me about this. Yeah. You
Yeah.
said Freddie. I thought you meant
And
Freddie
he-
from iCarly. I was like, you're in a...
For my
Oh,
Carly,
no.
I did too.
We have a neighbor named Freddie, a young
Yeah.
man about your age. And he was laughing. He got in the car. He pulled out. He's waving. He's laughing. He went to work.
Yeah, man.
He did not mind.
That's encouragement.
Yeah.
We all have different ways of getting
Yeah,
it.
we were all laughing because I was like, dude wants me to scream, go to work in his face. And I did it.
Well, that's what he asked for.
I gave it to him too, baby.
You did, huh?
Okay,
All
next.
right. Next question is from EP. What made you want to audition for a crazy grandmother? Love you.
I love you too, EP. I bet EP stands for extra personality. I love you, baby. Okay. What made me want to audition for a crazy grandma? My agent. My agent sent me on that audition. I go where my agent sends me, and then I just pray I get what they call an avail, which means you're available to film.
Yes.
And then once the avail, you get the booking, which means you got the job, you booked the job. And then you do the shoot, which means you film the job. So, yeah, I have no particular. It's the same for Percy as an actor. We both have the same agent. She sends us, we go and we wait for the results.
Yeah. As
You
long
know.
as you're doing something you're comfortable with.
Oh, yeah, because we do no nudity, no cursing. You'd be surprised how many times they want grandma to be like a foul-mouthed, vile
Yeah.
person. And once we get the script, we look at the script before we confirm we'll take the audition. And if the script is okay, and usually it is, especially if it's for TV
And children.
and
show,
children,
so,
they usually don't have that type of stuff
the
in
show
there.
is safe.
But you'd be surprised.
Oh, yeah. They want you to do all kinds
All
of.
kind of crazy stuff.
Yeah.
If it's something I wouldn't want the people I go to church with or my grandchildren to see, I don't do it.
Yeah.
It's just that simple. And now our agent understands. She didn't understand at first, but I told her we are Christians, we are grandparents. It's not all about the money. It's about our reputation. And when you make a film or a commercial or something like that, it's there. And if you stick with your values, you will be rewarded for that. Because usually when we say no to an audition that we would not do, so another one comes along right
Yes,
after that.
yes,
Immediately, actually.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So,
Wow, you talking like a real grandma, man.
you know, life is short. It's not even worth compromising yourself. It's not.
Yeah. All right, this next question is from Keith. In what ways do you, Marilyn, connect with Andre's grandma? And how did this help you get the role?
That's a very good question. I think one way I connect with Andre's grandma is that I actually look like I could be Leon Thomas's grandma. We have similar features. And I believe that's what got me past the first audition, which had 19 grandmas. The second callback had 10. And I think that's where my ability to do the crazy, you know, I think that's what got me booked, because I just jumped into it. You cannot be restrained as an actor. If it says crazy, you can't be crazy with class. You have to be crazy.
All the way.
You know, you have to be all the way. I think that's what makes a person a great comedic actor and also a drama actor. You have to really feel that evil or that crazy, and you have to forget who you are, and you have to be that person.
Yeah. So we all know that you crazy. Now, next question.
But it's crazy that pays.
The crazy that pays.
Yeah.
Next question is from Zoe. If the iCarly and Victoria's past were crossed again, what kind of crazy shenanigans, I like that word shenanigans, would they get into?
I like that question. So if iCarly cast and Victoria's cast were to cross path again, what kind of crazy shenanigans would they get into? I think what I would see is that Andre's grandma and her new friend Bennett and her old friend Percy would be at the mall shopping.
Oh.
And they would see a mall robbery go down. And Andre's grandma would run to bust up the robbery, and they would have to follow her because she's crazy. And then, of course, the cast from the two shows would say, "What is that old lady doing?" And they would follow us. We would circle the robbers. We would say, "This is not right.
Yeah.
What are you doing?"
Right.
And they would drop their stolen merchandise and say, "Is that the iCarly and Victoria's cast? And isn't that like Andre's grandma? And they're confronting us about robbing? What do we do?" And you can use your imagination from that
that's
point.
That's what you got to do.
Yeah.
That's what they're
I just want to mention, because we have something coming up where we're going to probably get a lot of exclusive information, getting more into behind the scenes of Victorious, and more on that later. But I found out recently that Marilyn, Andre's grandma originally wasn't in the first draft for iParty with Victorious. So you were added in later, but the time when you got to work with the iCarly cast and meet Kenan Thompson, you were added in later. It was not in the original draft. In fact, the original script was very different.
Really? That's interesting.
A lot of the drafts that they put out in scripts are changed. And,
That's true.
You know.
And the color of the script tells you what level of rewriting it is.
There
The
you
first
go.
script is yellow or pink or something. The second is blue. By the time you get to the final, that's when they give you a white script, the actual shooting script.
That's true, huh? The whole paper thing, yes.
I'll tell you, and it was interesting for me to learn. What I got to see was it started as almost like an outline that wasn't even a script. This is like, I think it was Dan Schneider who had written it. It was like the initial, like, what's in his head first. They're called fat beats. It wasn't spelled fat like big, but PHAT. Maybe like, I think, isn't that like a hip hop term? Fat, like PHAT.
Yeah, fat means you're
that's
good. It's a positive.
That means it's good.
So it was like 20 pages of just like all this sort of like, it was informal. It was like, okay, it was scene to scene to scene. It was a play-by-play, 20 pages of how this entire episode's going to go. And instead of Andre's grandma showing up, it was just all this other stuff. And the whole Kenan Thompson party was very different than what ended up. But you got to remember, this is Dan Schneider conceiving the idea for the episode before it even got written to a script. So, of course, it's going to go through, like you said, different colors and then it was written, I think, 9 months before it premiered on TV. So things are going to change all the time. Network's going to want to change it. That's the business. But I just thought it was interesting that you were not originally in the first episode. Somebody had the sense to say, put Crazy Grandma in there.
Yeah, I believe it was Dan Schneider, because I think the whole time they gauge the popularity of different characters. They have questions they ask. I can't remember the term they use, where they show clips and they have people judge and write down what they like, what they don't like, and different things like that. Yeah, screenings. And I think that's how they can tell to increase one character and kind of pull back on another character and different things like that. And the outline that he did, we've seen those as storyboards. Remember storyboards?
Yeah. Somebody would draw pictures and have words.
They would actually have a big white board and they would draw out exactly the vision.
Yeah, they sure did. Yeah. See what works.
Have.
It's just like us doing run-throughs for game shows.
For game shows.
A lot of the run-throughs we've done, and we actually saw the game show, it was different.
It was different by the time
That's
it
just
got
the
on
way
the
it
network.
goes. You know, they work it to where, and then you'll have one person say, like the top guy,
Mm-hmm.
"Oh God, we got this, we got," and then he looks at something, "Oh, I don't like that,"
Yeah.
and then it'll just change the whole thing. So that's why you have to work together, be cohesive with one another, because everybody has a little bit of this and a little bit of that to make the whole thing work.
And you have to be flexible.
You better be flexible.
Yeah. As an actor, you better be flexible. Just
Yeah,
like
'cause
you
they could
said.
give you a script, and then you
Yeah.
could be shooting, and then they could say, "Oh, well, we want to change this line," and you gotta like
You got to pick it up.
pick that line up. Like you'll look at it, and then boom, you gotta have it.
They expect you as a professional to be able to incorporate that new line and deliver it.
That's right.
And, you know, if you can't.
Yeah, they get. That's why I crack up when I hear people. Oh, everybody want to be an actor. Yeah, everybody
Not
might
really.
want to be, but everybody can't.
Everybody
be,
can't
you
do
know?
it.
That's like saying everybody want to be a doctor. Okay, sure. You don't need to be in this field.
Yeah,
If it's
a
not in
skill.
your heart, don't do it, man.
Okay.
Okay, we go. Oh, I like this name. Yo, freeze.
Yo-Yo Freeze.
I love that. That's beautiful, man.
Yo-Yo Freeze.
freeze. Like
You
a cop,
best
like,
be cool.
freeze.
Oh, I
All right.
didn't see it that way.
I did.
I just saw a cool dude, maybe in a little suede. Well, I don't know what Yo-Yo Freeze is, male
but
or
see,
female, but
that's
cool.
what we were
chill.
talking about. How things are different. I see one way, you see one way. And
Exactly.
Then, anyway,
How do you see Yo-Yo? Bennett?
yo freeze.
Some really cool, comfy sweats and sunglasses. I envision a really actually not bad kid rapper who like emerges onto the scene and is able to sell records at 11 years old. It's Yo-Yo Freeze!
Yeah, boy.
It does sound like a rapper name.
But he actually manages to be successful into adulthood, and people still call him Yo-Yo Freeze because they knew him as a kid, so they don't want to give... He doesn't need to change his name. Or maybe he's Yogurt Freeze. But no, like, it's still... He does all kinds of endorsements with yogurt places and
Yeah.
frozen treat places. I don't know.
Uh-huh. Yeah, get some sweatpants with yo freeze on the side.
Yeah,
leg.
running up the side.
Oh, man, you kidding?
Yo won't freeze with Yo-Yo Freeze.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. You're definitely a writer. Your imagination is just as crazy as mine.
Do a commercial for Yo Play. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Yo with Yo Play.
That's
Yo.
right. Call us Yo-Yo. We're gonna
No, we're
work it.
gonna work with that. I like
Gotta
that.
call
name. But
Yo
anyway,
and Yo-Yo Mama.
And here comes the beat
And
down
here comes the beat down.
because you would have taken it too far.
A little too far.
Okay, Yo-Yo. We love your name. So
we do. That's
you know,
why we're making fun. We're not
we-
making fun of your name.
you know,
we love
it's
it.
special.
All
It's
right,
special.
So let's get that clear now.
We love you. We love Yo-Yo. You
We love Yo.
love
We
Yo.
love Yo. Yo, we love Yo.
So what's this question?
All right,
Or what's
sorry,
Yo-Yo's
no
question?
more. Okay.
Okay.
Freeze on
No
the
Mo-Yo.
freeze on the.
freeze on the. We love you, man. Oh, see what
can't
your
help
name
ourselves.
did.
I know.
It's beautiful.
I
man.
love it.
Yo freeze.
I know.
It's beautiful, man. Anyway,
Anyway.
Yo freeze says, which interview has been your favorite so far from the podcast?
The one I'm doing right now.
Oh, I'm telling you, because no, we hadn't got a reaction like that yet.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I can't pick a favorite podcast because they're all great.
Yeah.
After every podcast, we'll say, wasn't that a great podcast? Wasn't that fun?
Yeah.
I mean, I've learned so much from people. Like, I'm not even going to say anyone specific because then it would be like I had a favorite.
Yeah.
But I love every podcast. I love every grand fan, every person involved with Victorious. Everyone is so friendly, so brilliant, so talented, so full of information. I learned something from every single podcast that I do.
Yeah, believe it.
And this has been such a unifying experience from Bennett and working with Percy, and they're all my favorite. They're just, they are,
Yeah.
you know, but if I had to pick, I'd pick me.
Yeah. There you go. I like you. You smart.
Yeah, because I mean, I get to highlight my talent as a crazy person. I get to explain what I did. I get to connect with all of you, and this wouldn't even be happening if I hadn't learned how to use Instagram.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Okay, so
I'm patting myself on the back.
woohoo!
Okay.
All right, the next question. All right, this name is Danielle, and at the end it has a capital L.
Danielle L.
Danielle L.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that sounds cool with me.
Yeah.
If it's not, let us know. Okay. Danielle L. How often did you break character?
I like that question, Danielle L. And I'm going to give you the honest truth. You ready? I broke character once.
What?
Driving Tori crazy. When I dumped that oatmeal, I like to laugh. I laugh at everything. I almost laughed after I dumped that oatmeal. And if you look at the scene very carefully, you'll see I had this crazy kind
Smile.
of grin on my face, and I choked down that laugh, and it was delicious.
You a fool.
And that is my favorite episode because they told me you're going to dunk this oatmeal once. Couldn't miss the hands, couldn't,
Yeah.
had to keep the crazy going and all of that. It wasn't a challenge. It was fun, but you knew you had to get it right.
Oh, this is a great name. Hannah Harding.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, Harding.
Double H.
How often did you lose your voice from screaming?
I lost my voice in Tori Fix's Beck and Jade because I had to do so much screaming. It was not only screaming with Danielle, but I had to scream the butterfly out of Ariana's ear.
Yeah, that's right.
And if you look at that scene, you could really tell that I was hoarse.
Yeah.
Because even though you may see a certain sequence or order in an episode, they do not necessarily film it in that order. And so the scene with Danielle was filmed before the scene with Ariana. If I'm remembering correctly, it was so long ago.
This next question is from AJ.
I like
It was a
that.
rap word. AJ.
Yes, I remember.
What was your relationship with Leon Thomas like?
It was a really good working relationship. You can tell when actors don't like each other. You can tell. They have no chemistry. And that causes the production to fail. If you're watching a movie and they're supposed to be friends or in a relationship or something, and there's no connection there, you can tell that. And we did have a connection. As far as him being a young man and me playing his grandmother. It's not like we hung out. Well, we kind of did hang out that time he had the music party for his new album, remember?
Yeah.
We were part of the cast, so Percy and I went and we brought a friend along with us. I even post those pictures sometimes. And his mother and father were extremely nice. We kind of got to know them. And his mother even gave me a gift, which I still have. I don't think she would have given me a gift if he came home and said that lady is stupid and mean and I'd hate working with her. He was so nice.
He was very nice. I want everybody to know.
Yeah.
That Leon Thomas III is very nice.
He's a very nice young
and
man.
Professional. And he knows his business.
He knows his business. I was actually in awe of him because one of my favorite movies is August Rush, and he had a major role in that movie. Yeah. If you haven't seen it, go see it. It's about these homeless kids that were taken advantage of by Robin Williams, and they were all talented musically, and he was using them to play music and beg for money on the street. He was phenomenal in that movie. And when I realized that's who it was that was playing my grandson, I was so excited.
Because you're already a fan.
Yeah, I was actually a fan.
Isn't that something? Yeah, and they had no idea that eventually one day you would work with him.
Exactly.
That's how it is.
You never know where acting will take you. Yeah. And if you think about Victorious, if you took his character out, there would be no show. Because he was her strength, her inspiration. He was the base.
Even for Victoria.
It was named after her, but everything was kind of built around him. So that's a huge responsibility when you have to be in every scene of a show, basically. That's carrying a weight, and he handled it so well to be so young.
Yeah.
They all did. They were all extremely professional, and they knew their lines, they knew their scripts. They were where they were supposed to be. There were no temper tantrums. They were all friendly. They were all talented. And my relationship with him was so much easier because he was so talented and because he was so friendly, well raised, just a very nice young man.
Very nice.
Very nice young man. And he was a true musician, which is what he is now. You know, I connected with him in a way about music. We talked about music, and Percy even made a cassette tape, I think it was, of the music that we liked, and it had some kind of jazz on it. It was a variety of things, and we gave it to him, you know, and that was our way of sharing ourselves with him.
Yeah.
Remember what his mom got you?
Yeah, his mom gave me these two little containers. One is like square and one's a circle, and they had these. It's brown and it has these little crystals on it, and you could put small pieces of jewelry in it.
Oh, that's.
I have it on my dresser. Yeah, it was very pretty. She just gave it to me, and
Well, I think that showed that he told them about you. They were
I
really
appreciate it.
wonderful people.
They were very
man.
nice people.
His father was really talented.
and
too.
they had moved out here from New York for this opportunity
Isn't that
for their
something?
son.
Yeah.
They moved their family. I believe he had a sister, if I remember correctly. But yeah, and when you work that closely with somebody, you know, I'm always crazy. I'm always screaming, "Okay, Andre," you know.
That was my favorite.
Yeah.
That was my favorite.
Because I would get right when I'd give him some
know.
act right. When he say something to grandma, she'd get right.
She was on, okay, Andre.
I was one of the few people that I listened to as that character was her grandson. The very first scene I filmed on Victorious was when I was in the school auditorium, and I got the courage to come out of my house to see my grandson on stage. And somebody says hello to me. I think it was Victoria, and I jumped down on the floor, screaming that famous line, "I don't know you."
Okay, we have one more question, and it's from Jordan. What is it like getting recognized in public?
Wow, what's it like getting recognized in public? My first thought is they say, "Are you Marilyn Harrison?" I'm thinking, who are you and how much money do I owe? Because when people call my house and they say, "Are you Marilyn Harris?" I say, "She's not here right now.
Yeah.
Can I take a message?"
Because you know they want something, man.
Never reveal who you are.
Yeah, who are you? See, the
Yes.
person who's calling should say, "Hey, I am." It's called representing.
Yeah, identify yourself.
You don't call somebody asking, "Is it you? Who are you?"
Yeah.
And then we'll start from there. No,
Yeah.
don't ever answer a phone and somebody asking you, "Are you so and so?" No, it
I'd be
doesn't work
like,
that way.
"No, but I've been told I look like her."
And I think the funniest thing about
Yeah.
being recognized as public, some people stare at you.
Yeah, that's one way I could tell. Kids do stare at me, and I'll look at them and I'll go, "Boo!" and they'll jump, and I'll be like, "You watch Victorious?" and they'd be like, "Yeah." And I said, "I'm not really crazy." And they say, "Okay."
And I'd be in the background like,
We actually was at a Price is Right taping, and this girl came up to me and she said, "Can I ask you a question?" And it never crossed my mind that she was going to ask me if I was Andre's grandma. Because I'm just chilling with Percy, had on my shades, and we just waiting in line to go into the studio. And I was like, "Yeah, sure." And she said, "Are you Andre's grandma?" And I was surprised. So that's the answer. I'm usually surprised when someone recognizes me.
that was face to face.
Mhm.
Because she worked for the.
And she worked for the studio.
Yeah, so.
And so I asked her, I said, "Are you a Grand fan?" And she said, "I am a Grand fan."
Isn't that cool?
You know, and when they say they're a Grand fan, I know they really are.
Yeah.
You know, like a fan of Victorious and Andre's grandma. That's where the whole word comes from, grandma and fan of Victorious. So when she said, "Yes, I am a Grand fan," and she said, I can't wait to go tell, she named her coworker, remember? And I went, "Shh, Like, and Percy's like, don't do that.
Yeah,
But
let
she
her-
recognized
yeah.
you. Let her
No big
recognize
deal.
you and stuff.
Yeah,
You
spread
know,
the word.
but we're standing in a line waiting to go in the studio, and people are nosy as all get out.
Oh gosh.
And they started asking me a bunch of questions because the whole time we were there, waiting for this taping, a lot of actors go to these run-throughs. That's how, we just have fun, or sometimes you get paid for them. But this was an actual taping, and that's why we were there. And they'll say, "Oh, I'm an actor, and I did this and I did that," and I'll be like, "Oh, that's so cool." I never bring up what I do because that's not why I do it. I do it because Percy made me do it.
That's right.
And once he said, "You need to do this," and I started doing it, I realized I loved it. And I'm always surprised when people recognize me. I've been recognized at the circus. Remember, we were in line at the circus that time?
Oh yeah, and then we went out of town. Remember in Mackinac Island,
Yeah.
in Michigan.
The Girl Scouts.
With
Oh,
the
man,
Girl
that was the
Scouts.
funniest
I guess
one.
I got to tell the story for those that don't know, but we were on vacation in Michigan at Mackinac Island, and we were sitting at a table, and I guess it was these two couple of women next to us, and they were asking, "What do we do?" and all that. And we said, "We're actors." And then this lady said, she told us a little story about, she had a friend that went to Los Angeles to be an actor and didn't really make it as an actor. Wasn't really an actor, just kind of wanted to be an actor.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah.
And this little girl came up to me and she said, "Excuse me, are you Andre's grandma?" She had on a Girl Scout uniform, and I said, "Yeah." And her eyes got big and she just shot off. She ran off.
Took off like a rocket.
Like
she didn't
a
say
rocket.
One word. She just started sprinting. And I'm like, "Dang, man, you that scary?" She made this little child run.
Came back with her whole troop.
And yeah, we could hear
Like a stampede.
Like a stampede. And these girls were screaming, and we couldn't see them because they came around a corner. It was like a movie.
It was crazy.
The next thing you know, and then they saw you, and it was like, "Grandma, Grandma!" And the lady that was trying to put you down, that's what she was trying to do. Like,
I
"Yeah,
just
you're
ignored
right.
it.
You're an actor, sure."
Yeah.
Because her friend couldn't make it. Thought she was just making it up and whatever.
Yeah.
And they got up when those girls came, and she greeted them with signing the autograph, taking pictures. That lady and her friends got up and walked out. They were upset because it was true.
Yeah. They were being mean.
Yeah, she was being mean.
Mm-hmm.
Something like, "Yeah, whatever."
Yeah.
She had that kind of attitude.
And I hugged every one of them and took a picture and signed the autograph for them. And it was
that
crazy.
was cool.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
It was fun though, because it made them feel so special. And I'm telling you, when I'm recognized, I just thank them for being a fan of Victorious.
Yeah.
I thank them for supporting me in my career, and I mean, I'm always surprised and I'm thankful.
Yeah.
That's the answer.
I want to ask you both, Marilyn, I want to know what the most special and rewarding part, if you had to sum it up from like the whole experience of being Andre's grandma was, because it's ongoing, right? You're still benefiting from it.
Yeah.
But you have to credit you, Percy, for pushing Marilyn to do all this.
Absolutely.
So, so I want to know from both of you, Marilyn, what's been the most special thing to come out of it? And then Percy, you're the one that's standing by her side watching it. So I want to hear both of your perspectives.
My most special thing is that I get to work with Percy. I love acting and it's a lot of fun, but the projects and things we've done together, like we've done a movie together, we've done commercials together, we're doing a podcast together. He's a very creative man. He comes up with a lot of different ideas. With us both being actors, it's a huge benefit because when you get an audition, you need someone to read the other lines. And he knows exactly how to do that. He understands that I could be on set late. I understand he could be on set late. We get it. We understand what it's about. And having a partner or a spouse that's in the same business that you are, it's like we're running a business together. And that's my favorite part.
Yeah, my favorite part is the fact that I'm in a store before I even started, and I'm talking to these ladies, and an agent, I didn't know who she was, saw me and gave me an opportunity because she saw something in me. And then once I started doing it, I see it in Marilyn. I saw it in her, and I told her, man, come on.
Wow.
You know, all this acting at home, you do it in
All
front
that
of a
crazy.
camera. When the red light come on, do it. And so it was like passing on a blessing that I got onto her, you know, and she took it, and she could have been like, oh yeah, forget it, I'm not doing that. You know, she could have just did that. Like I could have just did that. But the follow through, because she believed what I was saying to her and it was true.
Yeah.
That's the best thing that came out of it for me. And it was amazing.
It was amazing.
Yeah, because that lady, if I had never met her,
Yeah.
it would have never
An
happened.
agent actually approached
A real
him and said,
agent
you should be on
signed
TV.
me. Yeah, I went
Signed
to her
her.
office and she signed me, and I'm like, and then a few days later, I got an audition.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like,
Yeah.
whoa, okay.
And it's an interesting business.
It's
It's
crazy.
a whole lot of rejection, but
Yeah,
once you get booked, it's even if it's like years in between, it's the competition is so
because
fierce.
there's thousands of people trying to do it. You saw how he had all the people that were picketing. Those were all
Yeah,
actors,
those are all
man.
actors.
And they're trying to get parts just like you.
Yep.
So it felt really good to know that, you know, that people see you and they see something in you that you don't even know.
And it starts with the vision that they
Mm-hmm.
have. You look the part, and then they bring you in to see if you have the talent,
Yeah, the ability.
the ability to, you know, and you may still have the look and you may have the talent and the ability, but your personality may be jacked. You could come in there and just be the most difficult person, and those people eventually phase out
Yeah.
because no one wants to work with them.
I thought the most important thing I remembered and I learned is once you go and do an audition, from the moment you leave your house, you stay positive, you be nice to everybody.
Yes. Good
Okay,
advice.
because it happened to me twice, where when we did the commercial, you know, for Safeway.
Right, the girl that talked too much and put things on social media.
Yeah, but I was talking about when the lady, we didn't know that she was the one that we were going to be auditioning in front of.
Right.
And so she had went into the break room.
Yeah.
She came out of a room on the side, went to the break room and got a Coke. I'm like, oh man, girl, I love Coke out of the bottle. That's the only way to drink.
That
I'm
was
talking to her,
CVS.
you know,
That
and
was
she's like, I know this is the only way, right? I'm like, yeah, it's the only way. So we go into the room. Guess who we auditioned?
She was one of the cast.
And I had no idea she was the casting director.
Yeah.
Yeah. They asked me to sing something, and I had a song already thought out. I had a couple of them. And the thing about it is, when they ask you to do something, don't ask what, how, you just do it.
Just do it. They don't care how well you do it. They want to know if you're spontaneous enough. That's how they can tell if you can take direction or not. And it got booked.
And we got booked. So being nice, and I had also got picked for a part by a guy. I was trying to park, and this guy wanted to get this spot, and I told him, "Oh man, go ahead, you get it. I'll find another one." And I get inside, and that was the guy I stood in front of, the casting director, because I let him have a parking spot.
Yeah.
And I had no idea who he was.
It's really true that you could be like really mean and salty with someone, and then you go in there and that's who's interviewing you. It really does happen, especially in acting. It's a very small world. They all know each other. I think that's kind of why we get so many auditions, because they all know each other. They ask, how was that person to work with? You know, you want to be positive, you want to be pleasant, and you want to be prepared.
That's right.
Do those things and stay out of the gossip.
Don't talk about people.
Don't talk about the script. Don't talk about the people. Be where you're supposed to be and do your best. your
Yeah.
best.
Always be nice. That's
Yeah.
the whole point.
And now it's about to get back into business.
Woo!
Yes.
Strike's over.
Strike's
We're happy.
over.
Here we are back with Victoriously Crazy Podcast. So thank you all for listening.
Thank you all.
Yeah, even with all the rambling, thank you for the walk down memory lane. I
The
appreciate all the questions that came in. You all have very innovative, creative minds. You took me to places I haven't thought about in years because it has been a while. So thank you for joining Victoriously Crazy Podcast. You can find at Victoriously Crazy Podcast on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram. Am I forgetting anything?
As long as we act out, right?
Yeah. I don't remember if I did an act out on these question things or not. What's your memory about it?
Personally, I'd love to see you get crazy, but it's your show, Grandma. So you.
I probably could come up with something like on the fly. Yeah, I'll do an act out.
Okay.
Yeah, what I think I'll do is I think my Spider-Man doll will come up to me and ask me, how did I participate in the strike and what did I do to solve everything?
Okay.
Let's do that. Yeah, let's come back fully. So you could grab
With a
one of the
bang.
Spider-Mans. Yeah.
Get the smaller one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a smaller
Watch
one.
your glass. Yeah, I'm excited to be crazy. I can only do it so many
You've
times.
had to
at the
contain it for so
supermarket.
many months. Once you open Pandora's box, though, it's like.
I know. I'm ready. What? What do you want? I didn't see you on the picket line. Yeah, you didn't see me on the picket line. I didn't. What? Where? Ah! Oh, I'm sorry. This. I hope the police don't come to my house again. Anytime somebody accuse me, look, lady, you weren't on the picket line. You didn't do anything. Oh, heck, no. Who's there?
Oh, no, let me go look.
It's the police. We have a call about a disturbance in here.
Don't you say a word. Don't you. Oh, I'm telling.
Open the door, please. Open the door.
Nobody's home.
All right, keep it down in here.
God, I'm so glad the strike is over.
Sing! Completely made up.
Spontaneous is the best.
Spidey's supposed to help you, man.
I
You
know.
trying to kill Spidey.
Talking about my picketing skills.
Yeah, did we see hear you on the megaphone? You had a megaphone.
Okay, I was there.
Yeah, you were.
Oh my God.
What was wrong with you? Maybe he could spin his
You
web.
okay, Bennett?
Oh my gosh.
There you have it.
Catching my
There you
breath.
have
from
it. There you have it.
Spidey tastes good too.
Oh, good to be back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's good to be back.
We're going to have so much fun.
Yes, we will.
Oh.